Happy New Year, water signs. Happy January, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. This is your January reading. Ooh. Happy 2025. Isn't that wild to say? I decided this time around I pulled your normal 10 cards, an energy card for the month, but also a special energy card for the year as a whole. So I'm excited to see a little peek into what 2025 holds for you, but also just the month ahead. I also wanted to say I am offering year ahead readings. I have a few left, so I thought as a little extra thank you to all of you over here on YouTube that I would give you a special code if you wanted to get a one-to-one year ahead reading where we sit down for an hour on a video call. I pull you cards and we talk about the energy of every single month of 2025 for you in particular. We can look into what energy each month holds, opportunities, what to look out for, and just really get you aligned with the year ahead. So you can use the code YouTube for 15% off, and I would love to get into the energy of your year with you. But without further ado, let's just jump into the readings. Make sure you stay to the very end because I'm going to give astrological updates for all of the signs, like what's going on in the skies and what you might want to look out for based on your sign, but also based on your reading. So make sure you stay to the end of your reading and to the very end of the video to see that. But without further ado, let's just jump into Pisces reading. So Pisces, interesting month, the start of a new year. And I feel like this year holds a lot of potential for you, a lot of energetic upgrades, wins, manifestations, things coming to fruition. So let's jump right into what that means. We're starting out with the Eight of Swords and the Strength card. So I see 888 as a big sign for you. First of all, this month, a little reminder of this reading, a little reminder of this message here, which is basically that you're in excuse mode. There's things that you want to get done. There's things that you know it's time to get done, but you keep being like, whatever, I will do them later. Or there's this reason I can't do it. My environment's like this is what's happening. And it's like, there's actually nothing holding you back other than your own perceived roadblocks. So why don't you just take that action? It's going to take a little bit of strength, but this is not a time for surrender. It's saying, okay, it's time to take action. It's time to push through these excuses and just see what happens when you finally take those steps. There's a little bit of overwhelm, and I think that's one of the main things that's been holding you back. It's like this overwhelm, this feeling like you don't have time for everything. And it's like, yeah, maybe you need to set some other things down so this intention actually gets the attention it deserves. It's saying you have time for everything, no rush. However, it is time to take action on those things you keep making excuses for because you've been having a lot of hollow victories. It's like, oh yeah, that's a win, but because there's this other thing looming over me, I don't feel like it's as powerful. Or the things that I am winning on aren't the wins I want, and they just don't feel fully exciting and like big wins. There's a bit of hollowness, and you're missing that feeling of success and feeling of victory, and you're like, I know it's out there, I know it's right in front of me, but this is the month that when you start to take action, you can really get that coming in. I feel like this has been the energy for you for the past couple of months. It's like, let's take action, let's continue to call things in. We're in the energy of winning, but you need to put yourself in those opportunities, because once you do look at this energy, the world is in your hands. You can go anywhere you want. You are stable. You have just a whole world in front of you, and you can just step right out into it. And also the Queen of Wands, who is confident. She knows where she is. She knows where she's going. She knows what she wants, and she knows that she has what it takes to get it done. And that's you. It's like you have what it takes to get it done. And you know that you can get there. And if you start to lose any faith in that or any hope, it's like, no. Keep taking the action, because soon you're going to get somewhere where your confidence is so unwavering because you're noticing the things coming in. Your manifesting powers, as soon as you start to take this action and you start to see the benefits from it, I think your manifestation is going to be like bam, 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 because you're going to start to believe in yourself again. You're going to start to believe in your path. You're going to start to believe in what you want again. And so all of a sudden the way forward just opens right up. We have the Three of Pentacles here. I really see something where you're starting to work in a group. This could be something with like a job. If you're really manifesting or you're really looking for a new job, an up level in a job, a certain project, or something to do with money and career. This is a really positive reading for that. And I would really say for a lot of you Pisces, this block, this thing that you haven't been taking action around, does have to do with career. And this shows you working with others. So some sort of group thing is on the horizon, some sort of collaboration, something like that, some sort of working as a team. So whenever this comes up, it's saying, okay, you're going to be so excited to get this opportunity. You're going to be so excited to have a chance to work with other people, to collaborate on this thing, but make sure just because you're so excited doesn't mean that you're doing all of the work. So you're not taking on more than you need to, or taking on more than what is fair to you because you're just so excited to be there, if that makes sense. Like, make sure you're still allowing other people to also pick up the slack so you don't burn yourself out. Because if you can do that, if you can work with that team, if you can take this action, it really all hinges on you stepping past that excuse mode. We have the ending of the reading with the King of Cups, someone who is stable and flowing and feeling really aligned with their path and the actions that they're taking. It's like the actions you're taking are feeling emotionally fulfilling. They're feeling easy. They're feeling flowy. And you're like, yeah, I'm just in this really good rhythm in life where I'm very sure about it and I'm very concrete in it. So I'm very excited for this reading for you, Pisces. Let's look at your energy card, which is the Lion. I feel like we have the Lion here with the Strength as well. So really a big sign for you this month. Now, I don't have all of these cards memorized, so let me look from the book. There's like 78 of them, and I just can't remember that many specific animal cards. So let's see here what that's all about. The Lion energy is patient, regal, and a complete master. The lion is the master of the fire element and the living mascot of self-transformation. A lion personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires and intimidates others. Therefore, the lion is respected by all but known intimately by few. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with keener eyes know better. Lions are observant, stealthy, and precise in their words and actions. So very intentional, right? We have that action. It's like we're not just taking any action, very intentional action this month. They do not waste their energy or resources. This card reminds us that self-mastery is available to all no matter where our quest begins. So when you're in balance this month, you're going to feel like the epitome of peace and strength. You're going to feel like you have your energy together, like you're very intentional with your actions. And when you're out of balance, you're going to feel like you're withdrawn or too serious. So to bring into balance is daily meditation and also friendship and connecting with those that bring you out of your shell and bring you out of your own self-importance or out of your own like seriousness. So I hope that helps for the month. Now let's look at your 2025 card, which is the Lizard. So let's just see what energy we have here. Even though you're a water sign, you have a lot of fire energy here. Starting the year off with fire energy and having a fire energy year. The Lizard is intellectual, sensitive to the subtle, and a dreamer. The Lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception. As if it has a sixth sense, the Lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the Lizard down. Big crowds, loss of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights in big city and return to the inner artist, who's whispering your name. So a bit more of a low-key year, but a year about creation, about yourself, and about creating an environment that's very energizing to you and stabilizing for you. When in balance this year, you're going to feel artistic, intuitive, spiritual. When out of balance, elusive, non-committal, and flaky. And to bring into balance is a creative project. So what creativity are you going to commit to this year, Pisces? I'm excited to hear. Let me know in the comments below. Just a reminder that I do have the year ahead readings available for all of my YouTube people with a discount. If you use the code YouTube, it's 15% off. So if you want to get a little deeper in what this lizard year for you has in store and want to know more personally, so it's not just a collective reading, it's with you and we're going in each month of 2025, then book that reading. The link is in the description down below and use the code YouTube. All right, I hope you have a great January. Happy 2025 again, Pisces. And now let's move on to Cancers. Okay, Cancers, happy 2025, happy new year. And let's see what January has in store for you. So even though it's a new year, it's not quite the fresh beginning quite yet. I think for a lot of Cancers with the new year, you're still going to be tying up some loose ends. You're going to be really sort of ending this last chapter. You still have one foot sort of in the chapter of the past and the life you have been living, and the other one in the future, but you're still sort of looking back. You're sort of looking behind your shoulder, and it's like, okay, what can we do to sort of wrap up these loose ends and fully move on? There's been some like hurt. I have some hurt here for a lot of Cancers. Maybe it's feeling pain, or for others, it's going to be more of like this limiting belief. It's these things of like, oh, I can't do this. I don't believe in myself. I've been putting this off. And it's saying, yes, you're not as far in the journey as you think. This journey has been a bit longer than you anticipated it being. However, this is asking you to turn back. Something in the past was helping you, either motivate you, helping you with this, with this pain. And it's saying that something in the past was helping you. And if you can return to that, it's going to take these like hollow wins that you've been having where you're like, I feel like there's a new start. I feel like there's this new chapter. And then it's like, you sort of get pushed back and it's like, okay, what do you need to reflect on that you were doing when your forward momentum started happening, or when you started to believe in yourself a little bit more, that you're not doing anymore, that you sort of need to reclaim to have this full victory, to fully tie up that loose end and start your new chapter? Because once you call that thing back and you reconnect with the thing that was helping you, we have the Hanged Man here saying you will be at the crossroads and you'll finally be able to be like, this is my new chapter, I'm taking this way. There's some things you need to tie up and there's some things you want to leave behind in 2024, but you can't quite do that until you call back and you start doing that thing again that really gave you confidence or you really felt helped. And this pain can be physical, it can be emotional, but it's really just saying, okay, what is it that was helping me sort of move forward, and how can I start to return to that again? Because this energy, once you sort of reclaim this part of yourself, reclaim this thing, this is all about you, then the luck and the energy of this month totally turns around. We have this sort of like grasping at straws. We kind of have this sort of slogging along energy of the first half, and then all of a sudden it's like the star, you're the star of your own show. It's like your energy is flowing, you feel good. It's like self-care, it's self-love. And then we also have the Wheel of Fortune, which is like things falling in, money falling in, feeling abundant, opportunities, wanting to say yes to things, exciting things starting to pile in, which you feel like maybe you've been missing a little bit before. By the end of the year, you're sort of missing that energy. And also there's this confidence. It's like, okay, I feel really confident in what's happening. I've been feeling a little less confident. I've been feeling a little frazzled. I've been feeling a little bit all over the place, not like me. And this is like that coming back, being like, I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. I feel confident about my life again. And with all of this, we had, not quite the ending yet. At the end of the month, maybe it'll be going into February if you're pushing off this realization that you need to have. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So we have that new energy you've just been waiting for. You feel like you need some fresh energy and feel like you need a little shake, and it is coming once the rest of this comes to fruition. We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning of abundance. It's a new beginning. It can be money, it can be career, but it can also just be having a life that feels rich again. And it's like, okay, fresh new energy, new things coming in. I'm feeling that shake and I'm feeling that this is good and fresh and new. And it's saying that you don't have to do it all alone. So it's saying whatever this stuff is struggling with, whatever you're trying to connect back to, allow other people to help you. There's not deception here. People, even though you might feel a little sensitive during this time, people aren't coming for you. They're not attacking you. They're not thinking any less of you. They're just trying to help you come back to that fresh energy again, right? Help you close that chapter. So it's saying don't carry everything that you don't need to, and make sure you're not carrying things out of that old chapter, out of 2024, that you don't want in this year. So how can you do that, and how can you get other people to help you with that so that you're not hurting yourself? Short and sweet, easy peasy. We have your energy card of the month, which is the Starfish. I'm just going to read it from the book here because I don't have them all memorized. There's like 78 animal cards and they're just hard to remember the exact energy of every single one. For this month, the Starfish is beautiful, alluring, superficial, and shallow. The Starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing to all. Being around someone with starfish energy is a thrill, like you've been put under a spell of divinity itself. The problem is these creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them, for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper callings. When this card appears, it's important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? What dreams have I put aside to please others? I think this can go really well. Like, what do you want to bring into 2024 for you? And what were you doing before that it's like, oh, this is not worth your time. This is hurting yourself more than it's helping. When you're in balance, you're going to feel uplifting, artistic, and expressive. When you're out of balance, you might feel empty and you might find yourself gossiping, trying to please others with what you know. And to bring into balance, positive friends, and I would say like gratitude and positivity practices could help as well. With this Three of Swords here and that like hurt energy, that sadness energy, it might be that you've like sort of got yourself into a negative mindset, that you sort of got yourself a little bit more frustrated, a little bit more in a huff or like spirally than normal. So it's like, okay, how can we start to, not saying you have to ignore those feelings, but how can you start to shift that mindset to be a little bit naturally more positive and uplifting for you? And your card for the year is the Eagle. This is a really powerful one. It's about all-pervading power, truth seeker, and transforms karma. So your energy for 2025 emanates the light of the sun. The great bird is both physically and spiritually strong and represents mastery over the elements of fire and air. When the eagle appears, you'll soon to be thrown into karmic fire for the sake of your transformation. So a big year of breaking cycles and a big year of transformation. The eagle pushes us to be our best and brightest selves and stops at nothing to see us shine. Grasp the sun in your talons and hold on for the ride. You are stronger than you think. When in balance, you'll feel bright, radiant, and just like you can overcome challenges. And when you're out of balance this year, you might find that you tend to be controlling, yes, of other people, but also of your life in general. To bring into balance is to step into the unknown, work on that surrender to the unknown, look at that like just stepping in the face of fear, that sort of energy. So that's what I've got for you this month, Cancers. Remember, if you enjoyed that little peek into 2025 and you want to go more into your personal 2025, you can book a reading in the link down below, a year ahead reading where we sit down for an hour together over a video call and we jump into the energy of every single month to see whatever it is that this year has in store for you and align you with the energy to succeed and thrive. So if you want that, you can use code YouTube for discount. It's 15% off, and I would love to jump into your year with you. With that being said, happy 2025, happy new year, and now let's move on to Scorpios. Happy New Year, Scorpios. Let's see what January has in store for you. I think it's short and sweet. As I was pulling the cards, I was like, there's just a really quick, clean message here. I think last month for December, we were talking about setting some boundaries. We had this death card. I think we had this card, but I feel like I remember talking to you about like setting boundaries. And I really just think that this month is a little bit of a continuation of the month of December. It's like, keep strong in your boundaries, keep strong in closing those doors to set up this path of what you really want to do, these big dreams that you have and these big goals that you have. It's like, okay, we're using the new year. It's really the end of a, not necessarily chapter, but like the end of certain things so that you can make it to the end of the story that you're trying to write right now. You're still just making small moves. It's like small commitments at a time, just the beginning steps, especially if it has to do with money or career or abundance, like that sort of area. It's like, okay, we're taking those baby steps, we're easing into it, but we're mostly just trying to stay with our boundaries and get really structured about things. This is not a time for surrender. It is a time for action, but it's not huge, crazy action. There is going to be a moment when it's like everything clicks into place or something pops and it's like, okay, here, this is what I was waiting for to really take that bigger jump. But you have to just work a little bit harder. There's just a little more things to be done before it's all finished. And once it is, there is a celebration that's going to happen. Allow yourself to celebrate with friends. Tell people, be vocal about it. Because you know what, to get to this place of this flow of abundance, this like really clear path, this really exciting forward energy, there is going to take a little bit of strength. And I want you to reward yourself for that. There's this falling back in love with the vision, continuing to fall deeper and deeper in love with what you have planned and the goals of where your life is going and where your career is going, especially. I feel like there's a bit more of a clear path for career in 2025 and exactly what that's going to look like, even if that's starting school, even if that's just starting something. Like I said, it's baby steps, but there's a clear sort of career goal for 2025, and those baby steps are happening in January. And we really just pulled this new beginning energy. I feel like right now you're taking the small steps of like, okay, let's get it started. Let's do these small things. And then even going forwards, we have small steps again because we pulled the page. That's why I'm like, we're not taking huge steps in January. It's like commitment. It's like getting the thing rolling. But we do have this stability energy. So I really think everything that you do in January, these small steps you're taking, is really setting this foundation to not necessarily take bigger leaps, but to take a new branch of smaller steps. It's just like hitting one small domino over at a time. And there's this new energy coming in with what you're wrapping up from December. So really, I want you to look at what you didn't quite get done in December, what goals you had, what little things you had to do, and be like, all right, this is going to happen in January. How can I ease myself into it? How can I be realistic about how I can make that happen this month and completely finish this off to set on this new chapter of steps that I need to take? I hope that makes sense. It's like a really clear message to me. It's like small moves, big impact sort of energy. And the card I pulled for your month, the energy, is the Tiger. I'm going to just pull it up in the book here because I don't have them all memorized for the animal ones because there's like 78 and they're so specific. So let's see here. It's lunar force, ease into darkness, feminine energy. The tiger hunts at night, at one with silence and fearing nothing. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness, to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Receptivity, sensuality, and devotion are all heightened in the midnight hour, and the tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in silence, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in stillness except the awakening of your own power, right? We're not taking huge steps, we're just taking small ones to sort of create this spark, and all of a sudden later on this year it's gonna boom. But we're just taking the small steps for now. When in balance, you're going to feel strong, you're going to feel passionate, you're going to feel peaceful. And when out of balance, you're going to feel very overstimulated, very overwhelmed. To bring into balance is some alone time, some connection with fire, like light a little candle, and just allow yourself to have a little bit of self-care. And then your card for the year is the Fox. I'm jealous. Actually, this is the card I didn't pull for Geminis, but I pulled for my own year ahead reading, which is the Fox. I know a little bit more about what this one means because I pulled it too, but let's see what the book says. Smart, a strong partner, and a wise teacher. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox energy is skillful in business and also makes great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. So this is really about, learning new things, teaching. It's about deepening that relationship and really feeling a lot of love this year. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. When in balance, you're going to feel magical. You're going to feel in flow with teaching. You're going to enjoy teaching others about things, and you're going to feel a lot of love. When out of balance, you're going to feel kind of sneaky. You're going to feel like you're cutting corners, and you're going to feel a little bit unsure of your identity. To bring back into balance is learning about something new, connection, or partnership. So for this year, your focus is on love and learning. So how is that going to play out for you, Scorpio? I'm excited to hear. If you want your own personalized year ahead reading, you can use the link below and you can use a little coupon code YouTube for 15% off. And then we can dive into your personal year, not just collective. We can dive into the exact energy. So you can take the Fox card and whatever other cards you pull for every single month to see what opportunities there are going to be, what to look out for this year, and just sort of align you to have the best year yet. So I hope that helps. I hope you're excited. What are you going to learn this year? What are you committing to learning, Scorpios? I hope you have a great year. I hope you have a great January. I'll see you next month for the readings, but that's all I've got for you. Now we've made it to the end. It's time for the astrological forecast. Now, there's lots of stuff happening in January, as there always is with astrology, but these are just a few that I think are important specifically for the water signs here. You can go and listen to my podcast, Divine Gossip Girls. I'll put the link in the show notes down below because every single month we do a full cosmic forecast about what is going on in the skies. These are just a few little tidbits for your sign in particular and for your reading in particular. But if you want to know more about everything, I would go check that out. So first off, on January 2nd, we have Venus entering Pisces. So A for Pisces, this is really beneficial because it just means that the energy of the heart, the energy of love, and also a little bit of energy of like value, morals, and money will come flowing in for you as long as Venus is in Pisces. So this starts on January 2nd, but it's going to go all the way into sometime in February. I don't have the end date because I only have January's dates up here, but it does mean that until you hear differently, Venus is in your own energy, Pisces. So this means connect with love, connect with self-love. For Scorpios who got that partnership and connecting with love, this will be really powerful. Connect through spiritual things, connect through soul-based things, or also like oneness-based things. So try out things that each other loves that you maybe have never tried before and see what that teaches you. See how that deepens your connection. We also had some self-love stuff going on with Cancers. This is a great time for that. Make it extra woo-woo, make it extra spiritual, make it extra soul-based for bonus points. Now, for all water signs, on January 6th, we have Mars retrograding. It's been retrograding since December, but it's going to enter back into Cancer. And when Mars retrogrades into Cancer, this is when a big spotlight takes a look at our emotions and especially how our emotions are fueling our actions. And I know for a lot of you water signs, it's like this is an action-based month. So it's time to really look at the blocks. It's time to really look at what's holding us back or how we feel about ourselves and our lives and why that emotional response may be impacting or affecting or influencing our actions. And so this is going to be for a while, once again, well into the next few months. But when this kicks in on January 6th, with the readings that you have, I think this could be really potent for you to do some of that reflection and to sort of shift that energy when it comes to action taking. And finally, for all water signs again, we have the full moon in Cancer on January 13th. Now, this is just a great time to do any sort of magical stuff, do any sort of rituals, home cleansing and home-based rituals, and charging that energy in your home is going to be really powerful. It's just really amazing for all water signs because it is that fully charged water energy. So what can you do to connect with your home? What can you do to connect with your emotions, your feelings of safety and security? And it's also a great time for ancestral or familial work. And there's more, but those are the 3 transits that I think you should look out for. The first 2 are a long period of time, and I'm just telling you when it starts. The full moon one is on that day in particular. You can sort of connect with the energy the day before and after, but on January 13th itself would be best to do just like even a little spring cleaning, you know, even though it's winter. So I hope you enjoy your reading. All of you Pisces, Cancers, and Scorpios, happy 2025. Just a reminder that I do have those year ahead readings and you can use the code YouTube for that little cheeky discount. I hope to see you soon, and if not, I'll see you in February. So have a great month. All right, bye.